January 18th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. the Grosse Ile Parkway Bridge will be closed for inspection. And the future dates are still scheduled for February 15th and March 15th. Wayne County will keep us up to date, and then police department's been doing the Grosse Ile Connect push notification, so we'll keep everyone in the loop there. And last, I believe it was Wednesday, January 3rd, is that correct? And today, January 8th, we have some VIP birthdays. Mark O'Connor birthday was last week, and Supervisor Loftus birthday today, so happy birthday.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
We got through another one. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Reaume. Okay, my turn. First, I want to open up, as I was pushing, advertising the Historical Society's boutique, because my wife was one of the co-managers of it. Very successful. I want to thank everybody who participated, all the patrons, again, all the vendors and volunteers who made it happen. She said I couldn't release any numbers yet because they weren't finalized, and I wasn't authorized to release them. So, but one of the better years, and probably the best year for the net that went to the society, and I'll let the society get that information out. But those of you who participated, volunteers, customers, thank you, and we're, at least my wife is always listening to ideas as to how to make it better. I'm pretty sure Sue is also. So let's keep that thing going. It's the biggest source of revenue for the society. Okay, the hot topic, though, of course, is the bridge. A little bit of the background. Of course, we're all been following what's going on with the Wayne County Bridge. And then on the 1st of December, we got notified that there were going to be additional restrictions on 4 of the, I think there are 14 internal bridges to the island. Just when you thought you understood public services, all these things pop up. But the big one, first, okay, I'll give you the update on the Wayne County Bridge. Don't call it the Free Bridge. As Dale said, the inspections and the planning continue. This is from Mr. Gorman, who is Wayne County's bridge engineer. What I call the understructure, the piers. Okay, there are 2 different piers. The original railroad piers, those are the ones that are showing some settling, and the ones that the county put in 1932, which are down to bedrock, which are not settling. But according to Mr. Gorman, he was pretty sure we could do most of the repairs to those piers from barges, so that may not involve any closures for traffic. And then, wisely, after doing the understructure, the support structure, they will move up to the superstructure. He says, this may require, and that'll be the welding, the section replacement. Superstructure may require periodic closures, but he doesn't currently expect a long-term closure. Then hopefully he's accurate on that assessment. His thought, a cost of in the neighborhood of $10 to $12 million. That's not guaranteed. That may change. Possibly beginning this spring, 2018, we'll be working on funding sources. So the background, our big meeting, this was well attended by your township and Wayne County. Again, we were notified of the restrictions on the bridge. Unacceptable to leave that going without additional information, so we requested the county come and make a presentation to us. They honored that request. We had representatives from Wayne County, their DPS personnel. Joe Palmer was there, our county commissioner. We also had Chief Murdoch there representing the fire department. 2 Sue Richardson and Linda Drziga from the schools, because the school buses were impacted. And Ms. Beneteau from DPS, because our ability for refuse collection was impacted. So your township staff showed up again with a moment's notice, because I got the information on Monday afternoon on a phone call from Mr. Parker, and we had the meeting set up at 10 o'clock the next morning. So bridges, the big surprise was the Swan Island Bridge was restricted to 10 tons. That's 20,000 pounds. Now, the first thing that was called to our attention was school buses empty weigh 18,000 pounds. They don't have any smaller buses, so they had to change their schedules. Refuse trucks were overweight. Ms. Beneteau worked with Waste Management to get smaller trucks for refuse collection on Swan Island. Township fire apparatus all too heavy. Chief Murdoch arranged to stripped one of the trucks, moved some of the equipment to trailers, but the Swan Island residents were never unprotected. So I was just very impressed, and you should be impressed too, at how quickly your township staff reacted to this unforeseen situation. The next bridge was what I call the Mesa Island Bridge, or Upper Hickory, or the North Hickory Island Channel Bridge. It's the only bridge on East River Road. That's considered a dual-span bridge, and the failure or the deterioration is more prominent on the west side. So their recommendation was to, if traffic permits, drive on the east side, which would be the northbound lane, limit your speeds to 5 miles an hour. We looked at ways to improve the bridge or repair it. That will happen in the future. So shortly after, they promised they would get the Swan Island Bridge up as soon as possible. We had Russ Beaudry keep an eye on that. He's familiar with ironworking because that's what he used to do. And as promised, they had it back up to 33 tons, about a week, very quickly, which the refuse trucks, the school buses, and most of the fire apparatus can still respond there. So again, very happy with how quickly it happened, and we got the information out by every means possible to the Swan Island residents. We're moving on. We have great communication with Wayne County. They stand by what they say they're going to do. The Swan Island Bridge, I did some research on this. It's very interesting. It was built on or around, somewhere around 1887. It's 130 years old. It was originally on part of the Belle Isle Bridge. It was on the east end of it. There were 5 88-foot pony truss bridges. This is one of them. It was floated to Grosse Ile in 1923 by the Swan family on a Dunbar and Sullivan barge after Dunbar and Sullivan had dredged the Swan Island Canal. This bridge, when they found the faults with it, it was listed as a fracture critical, which means it could collapse, which is why they had the immediate repair. It's back up to 33, 35, and 40, but basically 33 tons for a single individual. So my request to you is, if you're going to use the East River Road Bridge, if traffic permits, drive on the east side. That would be the Canada side. And please keep your speed down. They request 5 miles an hour, and I didn't know how important that was until we got the briefing. So slow down, cross those bridges slowly. That was the important stuff in my world. And let's see, right now we plan to go to closed session. The